Hey you guys, Rachel here. I get asked a lot of questions about what kind of tools I've used for different cake projects, what are my favorite products, that kind of thing. So I found a sweet little sale at Bulk Barn a couple days ago, so I thought I'd just show you a couple items that I bought and explain what it is that they do if it's something you're not familiar with. Particularly if you're just getting into cake decorating, these are just a few things that would be really helpful to have in your toolbox. The great thing about being a cake decorator and going to stores like Bulk Barn is that some of the things go on clearance because no one else really knows what to do with them. And that's when I scoop them up. So something like this, a dusting pouch. So you can make one at home with cheesecloth. You do not need to have this, but I've always thought these were a little bit more convenient than my cheesecloth mess that I usually deal with. And so this is something that you would use to dust cornstarch on your countertop before you roll out fondant, or to put into fondant molds. So if you ever use a mold or have thought about using a mold and thought, how best do I do that with fondant? You dust the mold with the pouch, and this will just get a fine layer of cornstarch in to stop your fondant sticking when you pull your pieces out, which is a great segue to this piece right here. This cute little set from Wilton. It's a fondant gum paste mold, and this one is called, yeah, it doesn't have a name. Doesn't matter. It's a cute little like jungle set. So it's got little monkey, giraffe. What else we got here? Some vines, clouds. Just a really fun like jungle set. A little clearance deal there. So that pouch that I showed you, you would throw your cornstarch in here, dust it in here before you press your fondant in, and then that will help you release your fondant pieces really easily. I cannot live without my satin ice fondant, and for whatever reason, navy blue was on sale. So I will give you one tip about fondant. I sometimes make fondant at home when it's not available. We didn't even have satin ice in Victoria until I want to say 18 months ago. And then I just went crazy when I found it, and it was at Bulk Barn. But with dark colors, you may choose to make your fondant at home. You can do that. You can tint them at home. It's quite easy to do. However, dark colors are impossible. You will use so much food coloring. You will drive yourself bonkers. So I suggest with a deep, particularly red and black, or a deep color like navy, go buy it pre-tinted. It makes way more sense. And satin ice, number one. Can't live without that one. Color dusts. If you've ever seen a gum paste piece or fondant piece that has like a little bit of shimmer to it, it's usually a petal dust or color dust, or what's the other name for them? I've forgotten. Anyways, these are fantastic. You use them with a brush and you just lightly brush over your fondant piece and it gives it a little glow, and you can get them in all the colors of whatever piece that you're working on. What else have we got here? Oh yes, flower picks. Flower spikes. If you're ever putting fresh flowers into a cake and you thought, I want to put fresh flowers and I want to be able to stick them in and have them coming up, but I don't want to wreck my cake, because obviously you don't want to put flowers into your cake. You can use straws as well, but these are actually really handy. These are plastic and completely sealed at the bottom. They have a little like spiky bit for actually putting it into the cake to get it in there where you want. You can actually fit a few drops of water in here to keep fresh flowers really fresh on top of your piece. And yeah, you don't want your flowers inside your cake. So there's a number of ways to conceal that, or like keep it safe so they're not touching, but these are really handy. And they're on sale. So. Okay, last two things. Floral tape. If you've ever seen any of my wedding cakes, particularly with sprays of gum paste, sugar flowers, they've got floral tape wrapped around the stems of the flowers. I will do that and then pop them into straws, which replaces the spikes, but also it helps you grab clusters together. So rather than putting on one single flower every time on your cake, you can bundle a few together in a little small bouquet or a little spray with your floral tape, and then it's easier to place a chunk of flowers on the cake at the same time. I'm just noticing how casual my pandemic t-shirt is. Look at this situation. What's that TV commercial? You're looking comfortable. Yeah, comfortable. It is. Last thing, and I think I saw this recommended by, I want to say, Frosted by Megan. She's a cookie queen. If you haven't seen her stuff, you need to go look at Frosted by Megan. The woman is like cookie diva, incredible. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Megan, I think she used these silicone squishy little containers for after mixing colors and and putting it in. If it wasn't Megan, it was for isomalt. I'm actually planning on using it for isomalt, but I think it was Megan. Hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. If it wasn't Megan, go check out her cookies. She's incredible. I will tag her here so you can see her. So that's just a few things. I'm always welcome to answer any questions you have about products, tools, things that cakers use that maybe you've wondered about if you should invest in. Yeah, so keep baking, and hope you're enjoying today.